Hi everyone, it's Melissa here coming at you with another pick a card. This one's gonna be on what makes you so irresistible and hard to resist. We all have something that we can say is, hard to resist about us. So this should be definitely an interesting read. Before we get into it, a few things to note. Please check the description box. Timestamps will be there. How to reach me, how to book with me. If there's anything that you enjoy about this video, please don't hesitate to give me a like, comment. I love reading your comments. It also helps my channel to grow, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this reading, starting with pile 1. We will get to a few of these cards in a bit. Guys, check the description box as well for my Patreon account. I do make other types of readings that I will only put out to a small group community that supports me. So check that description box. There could be some videos there that you're interested in. I do all types of readings, not just pick-a cards. Okay. Okay. So this is a really genuinely nice person who picked this pile. Very nice. You're hard to resist because there's something that isn't within you that, I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of I don't wanna use the word people feel sorry for you, but there's something there. And I know what that is, but you have to excuse me and you have to, if you're gonna be a viewer here, you'll get to know me. I stumble a lot for words and I try my best to explain, but I know what this is. And it's not necessarily a feeling sorry for, but it's I have someone in my life that I feel this way about. It's they get away with a lot when it comes to me. And it's not that they're doing bad things. It's just, I don't know. There's a personality here that just, I need to put a light on. Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah, so there's a personality here. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. It's, Queen of Cups, she has a way of making people feel that way because protective, okay? That's kind of where I'm going here, protective energy. She's, she can be quiet. She can maybe not be the best one to stick up for herself. I mean, I wouldn't say she takes everything that internally. She's very strong within. She just doesn't necessarily feel like she needs to tell everybody off, okay? But the thing is, though, other people will do that for you, I find, So if you pick this pile and it resonates and you feel like you might have had a lot of people who kind of stuck up for you because, I don't know, they just feel like they need to. It's kind of along those lines. Look, we have here the sharing of the cup, So you're hard to resist and irresistible, and people want to share their cup with you. That's kind of what I'm getting from there. It's there's no other choice but then to love you, okay? So whether someone knows you briefly or they don't know you that well, people want to be connected to you. And the Two of Cups shows me that, the extending of the cup. There's also very much an energy around you. And it's funny because it's just to wrap up what I said before, some people might be like, well, what's so irresistible about that? You're right. What is so irresistible about that? People wanting to kind of, protect, but it is an example. Okay. It is an example. It may not be, on a broader scale, people might not feel like that's so irresistible, but it's there and it makes people kind of want to, share with you, be with you. But your kindness is there let's talk about that. You're a genuinely nice person, and it's interesting here too, because it's I don't know if people have this kind of preconceived notion about you that maybe you suffer a lot, or maybe you're just not saying it. But it's this guy looks like he wants to save this person with their back turned. So it's interesting here and brighten your day, Maybe you've had a lot of heartache in your life. Maybe people feel like you don't deserve half the stuff that happened to you. Not even maybe a molecule, okay, of what you have been dealt with in this life. So This is why kind of they want to protect, okay? And they want to be around you. I feel like people like to be territorial around you. And you, to some degree, you don't mind that. You know, you like it. It's not, I mean, who wouldn't love that, you know? With the Two of Swords, though, it's interesting here. That also is, I feel like, other people's perceptions. It's like the blindfolds on, you know, can't see clearly. You know, maybe they feel like you can't make decisions or they need to kind of be there. So you could have a very protective family or protective friends who want to be there for you. And I feel like it's mainly to do with the protectiveness, but there's also something else here too. So, oh, you got two of cups. So this is like elevated now. I feel very more, like even more strongly about this. With the Page of Cups, you could be, like I said, like a very kind person. So you'll be that first person to, you know, congratulate somebody, even if your life is going down the tube, you know. And can I tell you how rare it is to get a congratulations from people these days? Like it's actually mind-boggling, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, you're genuinely happy for people's accomplishments. Maybe you're the first person that would support them. Maybe you kind of are like that. It's like that endless giving nature. Maybe you've helped people out when they've really needed it. Maybe you've lended a kind word. Maybe you fed someone when they were hungry and they didn't have no money to buy food. People remember that stuff, okay? People remember that stuff. And we're talking about the people who treasure you here. We're not talking about enemies or, you know, no good doers, okay? We're talking about people who cherish you, and they'll never forget it. So your energy is playing a factor here. The way you are to people, like as far as your genuineness, you care. You're very caring. And with the Star card here too, I feel like it adds an extra layer of, like, from these people's perception of, like I said, there's no other way but them to be attracted to her or want her around, okay? And that could be any way. That could be, like, you know, with your family members. That could be your friendships. Maybe you even, you know, this personality would be really good. I feel like even, like, you know, if your bosses wanted to fire you, they just couldn't do it because you're just so nice. And I know what this is. I've seen people like this, you know, in my office where they have this kind of thing. And even if they kind of maybe forget to do something properly, like nobody would ever think of letting them go, you know? They would just stick it out with this person, you know? I feel like the Devil represents also too, because it's sitting next to the Two of Cups, and especially because we have two of Cups, this points to, like, you know, what I said, where I said people want to share their cup with you. They want you around. You're very irresistible. Why would you not be, you know? I feel like people's like wanting to protect you is kind of like maybe coming from them. I don't think you do anything. It's not like I'm saying that you live a bad life or you make bad choices. It's not even like that. I just think it's just people's, maybe you have this energy about you where people just kind of want to protect you, you know? Maybe if you had a friend, they'd be the first one there to kind of get up in someone's face if they said something wrong to you. You wouldn't even have a chance. I used to have a girlfriend like that. She was crazy. I remember this guy, like he hit my car in an accident, and I didn't even have a chance to look back over to her because she was out, ran down the street, and like was on his car. That's so funny. Anyways, with the Page of Cups, this can also point to, like I said, the do-goods, okay? You do good deeds, you do. And it's coming from a place of love. A lot of people can do things, good deeds, but it doesn't necessarily come from places of love. Sometimes people do things to get things in return, or sometimes people do things to kind of maybe manipulate. This is all love. And, you know, you could be really good. Like I said, with the Page of Cups, I always see that person with the memes, you know, or maybe sending out those emails, you know, like, hey, don't worry, you know, like everything's going to be okay. Or, you know, think positively, or I'm thinking of you right now. You know, like I said, with Queen of Cups here, she will represent, like, I don't want to get into signs here because I find every time I say signs, people are just like, yeah, I'm a Cancer. No, it's not like that, guys, please. I'm just saying I'm equating energy to the signs. I'm not saying that you are one. If you are one, yeah, okay, that's great. But I just really want you to understand that when I pick up energy and I equate it to an astrology sign, it's really just that. I'm not saying that whoever picked this pile is that sign, but she reminds me of Cancer energy. I'm not saying you're Cancer, but I'm just saying, like, from the Cancers that I've experienced in my life, these women, they were always in the workplace and they would bring me food almost every week. You know, if they made something or whatever, cupcakes, they were bringing it for me. Or, you know, they were always thinking of me. Like, they knew maybe I was going to be staying late and they're like, okay, she's not going to have me dinner. Let me bring something for her. Like, it just makes me feel like that. So this was actually a really good pile to pick. I mean, we still have more cards to get into, but like, you would want this, okay? Yes, we can talk about how hot you are and blah, blah, blah. You may be hot watching this pile, but what's beautiful is that it's the inner beauty that's like shining through, that's making people kind of want to be around you, not resist you. The people need to know you. They want to know you. They need to know you. I feel like on some level, they need to know you. And they may not know why that is, but maybe you're like one of a kind in this kind of world that's gone to pot, you know? And it's like, I need to kind of stick to her and, you know her, because what are the chances that I meet another special person like this, okay? And, you know, with the star card here, you definitely are one of a kind. I feel like with the star card, it always embodies to me an extra layer to a personality, in the sense of, I know this word has been kind of taken out of context. I don't want to use the word special, but there's something different about you, okay? And it's not something that these people are coming across every day. So yes, they want to attach themselves to you, but you know, the inner beauty is like on a like magnitude here, like it's like off the Richter with this pile. So let's see what these two cards say. Drop the effing ego. Vulnerability is hot as F. So this is not saying that you need to drop your ego. It's saying that you've already dropped your ego. So you're vulnerable. And that vulnerability could be the reason why people feel like they need to protect you. Maybe you're one of those people who really still believe that, you know, there's good things happening in the world, and that, you know, opportunity can come at any time. Maybe your outlook is really positive and these people are just like, oh my God, how precious, you know, because they're like, you know, skewed, you know, they've been scorned in the past, you know, and they're just like, they don't have the same outlook. So this could be actually the reason why they're so protective, okay? You need a big effing hug, squeeze. So you could be a really great hugger, or like I said, you're there. You're there when people need you. I'm not saying that, you know, you're taking in homeless people, although you might be with this pile. I'm just saying people that you care about, it's like when you've sealed that deal and you've told someone, okay, you're my friend, it's like no holds bar, you know, they can call you anytime. They can, you know, if they need you, if they need to borrow $20, you're there. So like I said, you could be a great support system, and that's what makes you irresistible, okay? Let's see what these say. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. Oh, that is really beautiful, guys. That's basically saying that whatever you've created with these people, or how these people feel about you, it's because you're kind of creating that within your own world, as in you are what you are attracting. Without getting too much into this law of attraction, because, you know, I don't like to talk about it too much. The way you are, like I said, the inner beauty, okay? So the inner world would be like, let's say that globe is you, and that's your body, okay? Do you see all those beautiful flowers? It's good inside. It's good inside. And you're being actually valued for what you're exuding, okay? So, and again, we're not talking about enemies. Yes, with this pile, you could have a bunch of people who don't like you, but I'm just saying, for the people who are treasuring you, they're attracted to you for the right reasons, okay? And it's no, I feel like, coincidence why they're there. But you're definitely exuding something from the inner part of yourself that is in turn giving you these great people, okay? Practice feng shui, create a sacred space. Okay, I don't know what that's doing here, but maybe... Okay, so she's creating her feng shui and her sacred space. Maybe you really are like doing a lot within with this pile. Maybe there's something you've been like working on. Maybe it could be as simple as you place your furniture and maybe you feel like that's why positive things come in. It's funny with the feng shui. I've read a couple books on it, but it's interesting because I always place my stuff the way it actually looks proper in the room, and then it ends up being the right way in feng shui. So it's kind of interesting. But you're practicing a lot. And I don't know, like she looks very zen there. She looks very calm. She looks very, at one with her life. And look, she has the incense blowing. So you're kind of maybe whatever you're doing in the meantime, behind closed doors with yourself, maybe this is the reason why you have these positive things happening for you, okay? Whatever that may be. And, like I said, why you're so irresistible. And I wouldn't be surprised at this actually, because now when I'm looking at the star card behind, that's who that star card would be, that woman. She's practicing all of that good stuff. She's saying her intentions out. She's pouring, her intentions into the universe. That pond looks like, a portal. So funny. But I'm not actually surprised that we got these two cards. At first I was a little bit confused, but then now it kind of makes sense. So this is wonderful, pile one. Keep doing what you're doing. If this is resonating, if this is not resonating, just move on, please. Not every reading can resonate, but this is wonderful if that's what you're doing. It's definitely working for you. So pile one, thank you so much for watching and let me know what you thought. Okay, pile two, let's see what's going on with you. We will get to these cards in a bit. And we will read these ones first. So, guys, I have a Patreon account. I do make other type of readings that I'll never release out on YouTube because I would rather release it to a community that supports me. So check the link in the description box. Ooh, there's a lot of cards here. Okay. So what makes you so irresistible to people and hard to resist is that, okay, we've got a high priestess here, and, I was thinking maybe I wanted to sing today, but the eclipse is making me like, hell no, not today. So, high priestess is here. Look at the offers coming in. You have a Knight of Cups on this side, a Knight of Swords on this side. This kind of represents, I feel like, the feeling of, why you're so hard to resist and why you're so irresistible to people. Because it's like, we can see that here. You're definitely hard. You're not, people can't resist you. They can't. And it could have a lot to do with your demeanor, the way you represent yourself, the way you walk in a room, the way you, talk to people. We have a Four of Swords here. We have I feel like with that Four of Swords, there's a lot of a detachedness here, and I'm resonating with this. So let me just, through my examples, explain to you what I'm saying, because that's how I find it works best. So with me, naturally, I'm not putting on a game, okay? And I'm saying the same thing with you. This is natural. I'm really detached. I can come across as the funnest person. I can be totally present in a conversation with you. But then as far as you putting me on a schedule or, trying to get to me or, have me text you on time or I don't know, get into a kumbaya circle, let's divulge our whole stories. I don't know, I don't know about that. And it's not like there's any hangups. I don't know. I get really tired, I'm really tired at this point. I'm very busy, it could be along those lines for you as well, but there's a heavy detachment. And I find in my own life, just like, if this is resonating for you, that actually brings in people twice as heavy, more than if I was giving myself. So it can kind of get stressful at times because you might feel like people always want to attach themselves to you. And I feel that energy here with these two knights, kind of praying or coming upon the high priestess here. I always have people who try to attach themselves to me. And, I've had a lot of situations, okay? I don't want to get into stalkers and blah, blah, but, I just find with my detachment and, with what I'm picking up here, it brings in the opposites. It's like, I don't know what that is about. I guess it's maybe human nature, or I don't know if it's like an opposites equal attraction, law of attraction, this kind of vibration. I don't know what this is, okay? But it's aggressive. So I feel like with this pile, it's aggressive, and you kind of are just sometimes sitting there like scratching your head, like you just don't get it, because you're not even giving life. You're not even giving life to these things or these people who want at you. So it's like, why? And then sometimes you actually might think to yourself, like, maybe this is not really real. He or she is probably just really attracted to me because I'm being distant, With a devil card here, we have to talk about that. So there's definitely here, it's elevated for me. Hard to resist, irresistible, times a million, okay? And it has a lot to do with your demeanor. Now, you could be with the high priestess, you could carry an energy around you, or, exude something here that people feel, like maybe when you walk in the room. I have that, okay? I go in restaurants all the time and people just stop eating their food and I'm like, what the hell? Do I have something on my face? And I don't really think it has anything to do with looks. And I'm not saying that you're not an attractive person, but I feel most of the time there's something exuding off of me and I don't know what it is. Now with the high priestess here too, there could be a lot of 12th house energy. I have loaded 12 houses, okay? I have my sun in my 12th house. I have my Mars, my Mercury, Venus. It's a lot, okay? So there could be Lotus 12th house energy here, or Pisces energy. I'm not saying you're a Pisces. Please don't take it that way. I'm just exuding the energy that I feel off of these cards to a sign, okay? So there's definitely, with the aura here, the energy, that's what attracts people to you. Now, this Two of Wands here is interesting. It makes me feel like, again, like you're distant, because I feel like it's these people who want to discover you. He has that, see how he has that like a globe in his hand, or whatever, planet Earth in his hand, and it's like he looks like he's ready to explore. People want to explore you. They want to know who you are. You're interesting, you don't divulge much. This is not a situation here where if I go to coffee with you, I'll know your whole life story. This is very much the onion that needs to be peeled, okay? And you leave people guessing for more, and it's interesting, you might have a lot of cool stories too that maybe people have not went through. And I'm not saying that they're all cool. Some of them could be really tragic. But it's like when you tell people the stories, eventually tell them, they're like, what? Like it's a lot, it's a lot to take in. You are actually a lot to take in. I actually feel also very much like Scorpio energy, because, it's funny with Scorpios. I'm not saying you're a Scorpio. I'm just saying, they never tell you much, but when you do find out, it's like, wow, it's like there's a lot, there's a lot behind the closed doors, in this, in the closet. The secrets in the closet, it's crazy. So it kind of makes me feel like that as well too, is that when people do find, it's like, and you could be like a never ending story, so there's very much here an interest in you, definitely. And I feel like if people don't really even know you that well, they look at you and be like, that person has some stories. I can tell. It's almost like you wear them in a way, within your energy, like a cloak. That's so weird that I said that. I don't know why I said that. She's wearing a cloak, but interesting. With the Temperance card here too, and the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's definitely something like with the Wheel of Fortune that people feel about you. And they're willing to take their time to discover it. You could come across as a lucky person. And I don't mean lucky like you've had luck in your life. But there's something about attaching to you would make people feel lucky. So I don't know if it's like looks wise. I don't know if like you have things that are material. I don't know if there's something really creative. Like maybe you would be like that friend that is like, oh, that's my cool friend, she's cool, she keeps me interested. She's not like my other friends, my boring friends. There's something Wheel of Fortune going on here about your presence, or making, or, as far as being hard to resist. They don't want to resist because it's almost like, I don't want to miss out on anything. This could be literally people who kind of like watch your profile that you haven't talked to in years. And you're just like, what are they doing here? It's like they just need to attach to find out, to know what's going on, in your life. What are you doing? Oh my God, you're doing so much. Maybe they're not, you're doing, maybe you, who the hell knows what you're doing? I don't know. You could be a psychic. I don't know. You could be a really creative person, and maybe you've been taking leaps of faith with like your business, and you're making money that's not in like, the normal society way where you go to a shit job and collect your paycheck every 2 weeks. I'm not knocking a job. I'm just saying, okay, could be some passive income here. I don't know. Like there's something interesting about you, okay? And again, with the star card, it's interesting too, because this adds like, that element is what I'm saying, is that there's something different about you. And I don't want to pinpoint it. You run with that idea when you're watching this. You apply it to your situation. Like I said, I don't know if you're a psychic. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you make money in unconventional ways, whatever. But it's kind of along those lines. And with the 7 of Cups here, I feel like this card is placed here because I feel like when people meet you, they can't stop thinking about you. And that kind of entail, the definition of hard to resist and irresistible. They feel that way because, first of all, they can't even get you off their mind. So I don't know. This could apply to men. I mean, we do have 2 men here. You could find that you have a lot of like gentleman callers, or people are attracted to you. And sometimes you might be like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? I mean, I do that all the time. I'm like, what is going on? Like, because I don't give life. I hardly give life to relationships. I'm honestly, like I said, tired. I love all of you guys on YouTube. There are, if I care about you, I definitely will give you my energy. But what I'm saying, for the most part, it's like, I feel like I'm being channeled. Let's talk about my own experiences through this pile to kind of better help you understand like what I'm saying here. And if you're resonating with it, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So you might also feel these people thinking about you. You might also feel a lot of people think about you. And you might actually try to figure out how to stop that, but it's difficult, You could be a person who reaches out to people and they're like, I was just thinking of you. That happens to me all the time. I find with me too, especially, I'm always able to kind of reach out to someone when they need me at the right time. Like, let's say someone's going through depression. They're like, I'm so happy you reached out, because they would not have reached out to me to maybe complain about it or whatnot, So you could be very interesting in that sense too, that there's like an added extra bonus of mystery around you. Maybe you call in the right time, or maybe you even give premonitions to them, like, don't go on that bus, don't take that route today, like you're interesting. So I think I don't need to say anything more. I've really kind of laid it out here, but let's get into these cards here. U equals tight ass. Okay, I don't feel guided to read the back, but I feel like this came out here to say that there's something about the bottom half of you, okay, that could be very hard to resist, maybe for the opposite sex or whatever you're into. Maybe in a sexual way, okay? That's hard to resist. You have a nice derriere, okay? That's very straightforward. I have nothing more to say about that. Winning, you got a good thing going. Don't ruin that SHIT. So it's not about the back. It's not about, telling you to not ruin anything. But although it could be that, don't think you need to change anything about your personality, because it's clearly working. And I feel like this also could be like opportunities. It's hard for opportunities to resist you. So you're winning. You really are winning. And I'm telling you, there's something to this kind of personality, because I find, like I said, in my own life, that because I have this as well, so much things come in for me. And it's authentic energy. It's not like you're faking or playing hard to get. So this is beautiful here. You are pure magic. So beautiful. And I always talk about this when I see this card, but there's a extra little bit of energy coming off of this globe that she's holding. So you kind of, there's something with the energy here. Absolutely. it's undeniable. And I feel like it kind of also points to the fact that things are hard to resist. Like people, opportunities, I don't know, maybe even animals. It's hard to resist you because you exude pure magic, okay? Believe in yourself and unleash your inner unicorn. So you could also have a really, good, well-rounded personality as far as your confidence, and maybe you're not afraid to kind of, I don't know, like be weird or, talk about things you believe in, but whether these things are weird to other people, people do get a sense that you have it together. So you also are free with yourself. I feel like with the inner unicorn part, I feel like you're free with yourself to some degree. Not a lot of people can do that, guys. I really don't want you to underestimate that. Not a lot of people will kind of get up and dance, or maybe go on a stage and dance, or I don't know, act silly, or just really be different. And you have no problem with that. So, I like her little cloak she's wearing here. You could also have a very, your energy and your interesting, dynamic personality could also come out through your clothes, okay? Like I said, you're very interesting with this Wheel of Fortune. There's something unique about you where people want to attach themselves because they don't know if someone like this will come along again, okay? And that's whether it's a friendship, whether it's a guy, who knows, okay? But you're definitely winning with this pile, definitely. And if it resonates, don't change one thing about yourself. Don't feel like you need to give more to people and all that. Don't do that. Be true and stay true to who you are. I get with this pile too. You might like to be alone a lot. You're okay with your own company. You're okay to actually be even in your own world, and that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. So yeah. Pile 2, let me know what you thought, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, Pile 3, let's see what's going on with you. We will get to these cards in a bit. Oh, you got 3. Okay. So guys, I have a Patreon account. I do like to do other types of readings that I will never release on YouTube. I would rather release to a small community that, not a small community, but a community that appreciates me and supports me. So check the link in the description box. You might find something you like there, or find what I'm doing on there interesting. Okay, so with this pile, we're going totally different from pile 2, and that's what I love. I love when the piles are different from each other. This is a lot of energy here, very strong energy that is so strong. It's like you might have felt like you've carried this from past lives, you maybe were born strong, not like something you might have had to master. I feel like even if you kind of maybe like it went away for a bit, you always knew it was kind of laying dormant, very strong person with this pile. You're represented by 9 of Pentacles, Strength card, Queen of Wands, like for real, and the Magician. Whoa. So there's very much like I feel like a wise person as well, talented, strong, beautiful. I mean, Queen of Wands, my goodness, she's a looker, or he's a looker, whoever's watching this. You really are, your energy is really strong, because I see that Sun card. It's like right in the middle. And it's almost like maybe sometimes overpowering, but not really, because you are hard to resist. It's not easy to resist you. That's what I meant to say. And when we're talking about irresistible, insanely irresistible. So much so that you might feel like you're aware of how much you're kind of giving up, but you don't really know what to do about it. And it's not like you want to change, but sometimes you feel like you want to hide actually yourself, because you just know that maybe like everybody will fall in love with you, and that's whether it's a friendship, or whether, it's a guy, or, I don't know, but there's something like that. Like you're aware of your energy, I feel like, with this pile. Like you clicked on this video knowing already that you were, but you were like, let me just see what this girl's gonna say, I actually feel my heart dropping with this pile, which is interesting. That's really weird to me. It's like my heart is literally dropping, like I'm on a roller coaster. That's why I'm trying to say to you, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I'm not saying that you are, coming off like crazy or diabolical. It's not like that. It's just that this is a strong pile. So if this is resonating, I feel like there's something different about you. And I don't really know what that is. This is a general reading, but you know that you have something different than other people do. And it's more along the lines of a personality that is just really strong, like strong in character, strong in boldness. You could be a risk taker. You could have that type of, it's funny because I'm feeling like I'm just about to go off of a roller coaster. So I'm trying to see if I can think of someone like a celebrity that I can kind of match this to. But high energy, that's for sure, high energy. And whether you're on the phone or, I don't know, you're making a video or I don't know what, like maybe you're a YouTuber, people can feel it right through the screen. And you might get a lot of people who want to attach. You see with this Eight of Wands, and look, past life energy, but also children. You could have had some like really insanely high position, like, or ranking in a past life that's carried forth. I mean, it could be a simple, I don't want to say a simple, but it could be like, just like this, a soldier. You ever see a soldier when they get dressed and the way they stand on command and how powerful they are? Something like along those lines, or maybe even like royalty, or I don't know, but you've had this since childhood, and you might have the gift of gab too with this one. You might really be like a social person or know exactly what to say. You might have actually been a kid where your parents were like, I'll give you $5 to shut up. That happened to me. They were like, please just be quiet for 5 minutes. I'll give you $10. Like, I don't know what this is. It's like very out there. And I feel like you're destined for great things, but I feel like you also could have been a celebrity, maybe in a past life, or maybe you feel like you could have been an actor if you wanted to, because it's like the sun. There's a lot of yellow here too. I don't know, there's a lot of yellow. So it's like I'm feeling this pile. I really am. And the Chariot, my goodness, the drive on you is unbelievable as well. So you might be a pretty face, but that's not going to let you, that's not going to, you're going to do the work. That's not going to be the way you get up, with your pretty face. You are willing to do the work. The Chariot card is here. The Nine of Pentacles, it's like, look at her just stacking that coin and how beautiful she is dressed. She could have a really beautiful way about her, the way she dressed. She has this bird on her hand. She's in the woods. She's content. She's actually has grapes in the background too. So she's even gardening. She's like in tune with the earth. I feel peace here. I really feel peace. And you're exuding that all of that, what I just said, to everyone around you. So, why would anyone want to even stay away from you? I feel like with this pile, this was the pile to pick, okay, so far. They're all good piles, but with this one, no one can resist you. Nobody. I feel like you could even turn a gay man straight. I really feel like that because you're so interesting. You're beautiful. You're also doing a lot in life too. That's actually looked up to a lot, whether people tell you or not. You're creative with the Ace of Wands. Magician points to being able to do a lot. Jack of all trades. Maybe you dabble in a little different things here and there, but whatever you put your mind to, it's like you're successful. So you could be a success story. And don't go crazy with that, guys, please. I find a lot of people take my readings and go crazy with them. It could be as simple as maybe you got yourself out on YouTube and people that in your real life would be like, oh, really? Like, I know with me, if I told people in my life that, they'd be like, oh, really? Like, it's not common, guys. Sorry. Being a YouTuber is not common. So what I like about this as well too is that we have a 5 of Wands here. So you're also hard to resist in the fact that, and I don't know if I'm wording this properly, but nobody could go up against you. They would be defeated energetically or whatnot. I'm not saying that you would tell them off, but nobody can really come close to you. Like, they can't pull any BS with you. And I don't know what that's about. This could be as simple as you have a bunch of degrees and you're like, well, like, what are you going to tell this person? They have a bunch of degrees, you know? Or it could be like you're doing big things in life, or you really just are a smart mouth and you know how to kind of bring it. So, you know, there's people who tell you off and it's really, you know, unprofessional and they're swearing. And then you have the other set of people who tell you off and it's like, well said, no stuttering, so bad that it makes you go home and really think about what you did, you know? So I feel like there's also a lot of boundaries here with this pile. You're irresistible because you exude something that maybe these other people would love to have, which is your, you know, confidence, your demeanor. You're all about a good time, but I don't feel like with this pile you could really do anything to them. They're kind of untouchable. They're untouchable. And I'm not saying that they're anything, you know, special as far as being on a rank or whatever. It's just the energy. The energy does not allow you to come for this person. So you could have maybe felt like you were really protected by some unseen force. Like, people maybe wanted to come for you, but then they just decided, you know, no, I can't do that, you know? With the Strength card here too, like, you've went through maybe your battles. Yeah, you definitely have. Maybe people know about that. And it's kind of amazing that you've kind of risen so high, you know, above all of this, you know, BS that you've went through. And you could be a success story. That's what I'm talking about. So you could be irresistible in the fact that people want to learn something here, you know, from this pile. There's something to learn. Maybe you are like, have friends who are with like guys who are abusive and you kind of left something like that and they're just like looking up to you somehow. I mean, they might not tell you, but you're strong. And like I said, you have a great thing going, because I feel like this type of energy that you're exuding, it's almost acting like a protective shield, which is interesting. I've never said that before. You'll have to let me know. You know, even, I'm not saying that you're untouchable. Like, yes, you have, you know, I'm sure you have bad days, but I feel like it doesn't last long. You just pick up and go again, you know? With the Sun card, this is beautiful. This will give you that kind of feeling. When it's around you, the type of energy that comes from the Sun card, it's like, I may be down a bit, but I'm just going to get back up, you know, because you probably intuitively know or innately know that you're meant for something bigger, you know, in your life, or you need to do something. There's something that you need to accomplish. So you're very irresistible, very irresistible. And, you know, there's no resisting this pile. People want you as their friend. People want you as their girlfriend. I'm not talking about bad people here. We're not talking about enemies, okay? So if you're sitting there and you're like, well, you know, I have a bunch of people who treat me bad. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the good people in your life, okay? But you're strong. You're made for something. And I don't know what that is, okay? Maybe, I don't know what you need to do. This is a general reading. People say my readings are so, you know, it feels like private readings. Like, I don't know, okay? You're going to have to read between the lines, but you're meant for something. And I don't know what that is. So let's get to these two cards here. You have 3. I'm not surprised you have 3. No other pile has 3. You are loved. So you're here for a reason. You really are. You are loved. And whether these people have hurt you and you don't talk to them anymore, they'll never forget you. You were like a one-of-a-kind experience. And like I said, like, your energy taught them something, or the way you conducted yourself in life taught them something. Rebel. Because F it. So yeah, there you go. You know, that's what I was feeling in the beginning when I felt like I was on a roller coaster. You could be pushing a lot of like, you know, things in life. I don't know how to say it. Like, you know, maybe going out there and doing things people aren't doing, or not afraid to kind of speak up, or, you know, maybe you kind of like, you know, wouldn't hesitate to join a protest or fight for what's right. It's kind of like all along those lines. So You're hard to resist because you have chutzpah. I hope you know what this word is. You have a lot of like confidence, bravery, all that good stuff that people just like kind of want you to teach them, to be honest. You are giving away your power. You are a badass and act like it. So I don't know if this is like a little side message, because I don't know why 3 popped out when I was shuffling them, but there could be elements of you that, you have a really kind heart. Like I'm not surprised with the Sun card. Your heart is big. Sometimes you need to scale back with what you are giving out there, okay? Your power is your power. And yes, while it's nice to share it, I don't know if everyone deserves it. So maybe it's a little side message to kind of just be careful of who you have around you. Not everybody deserves this, okay? And I'm talking about you, okay? Not everybody deserves you. And I feel like with this pile, if people want to be around you, they should definitely be acting proper, okay? This is not a pile to kind of, try to do anything shady to, okay? Because you deserve a lot. And yes, everybody deserves a lot, but I feel like with what you're emitting, that's if this resonates, you deserve like good quality people around. Unleash your inner wild child, get up and dance. Yeah, you're free. You're really free. I mean, look at her face. She's free. She's happy. She's like, I don't know what she's doing, the Macarena. She's happy, she's living in the moment. She's not afraid to kind of be goofy or silly or get up on a stage and dance. You might have a really good way of like getting people out of funks too. I feel like when I'm looking at her, so that's what makes you hard to resist too, is that, maybe people who suffer with a lot of things are just like, I need her in my life. She makes me feel so much better. Just her being around, Embrace your inner divine goddess. So you are a divine goddess, and I feel like you are a divine feminine, and I'm not surprised by that, because with these kind of cards, it's like, I'm not here to talk about what you've went through, but I feel like there's some stories, okay? I definitely feel like there's some stories that you've been through some things, and you might feel like a little bit like, why why me, or maybe even how hard it took to get you out of these things. But you're aware, you're kind of in your power right now. Actually, you're fully in your power. What the hell am I saying? You're fully in your power with this pile, and it's showing. And she has, I don't know if that's a sun behind her. I feel like it's a sun. And it's exuding with her head. It's right behind her, and it's exuding all of this, okay? It's exuding all of this off of her. You're really beautiful with pile 3, okay? And I really, like, if this is resonating, like, I feel privileged to read for you. You might be a light worker. You might have a whole bunch of things going on. But I feel like you're changing the world with something that you're doing. And I don't know what that is. It could just be your presence, but thank you for being here, okay? So pile 3, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you thought. Okay, pile 4, let's see what's going on with you. We will get to these cards in a bit. Let's see what's going on here. So guys, check out the link in the description box for my Patreon account. I offer other types of readings that I will only offer to a community that supports me, as I just don't, feel comfortable on YouTube with them, as in the past I've received, a lot of trolls, and, I like to be creative with things I do, and I feel like Patreon is the best way for me to express them, as I know that everybody that's there is there for my best interests. So please check the link in the description box. Now let's get to this here. So the question is, what makes you so hard to resist, okay? And irresistible. You have an equal balance here. I feel like there's a balanced personality here of Empress and Queen. But when I say that you're represented here by a balance, and, like I said, like we have the Empress and the Queen of Swords, this is exactly what I'm feeling here, a really well-balanced person. And I feel like with these two amazing cards, Empress and Queen of Swords, it's like, you would exude energy of an alpha female, because you see, the alpha female is not that woman who's angry, okay, all the time and just like putting her foot down and saying, do this for me and you will do this, I am the queen. No, that's not the alpha female, okay? The alpha female is a woman who knows how to be in her true divine feminine power and be nurturing and be herself, but then with the Queen of Swords, know when to speak and know when to say, no, this is enough now, okay? So you're attractive because of that. And I feel like to anybody who knows you, that you care about, you're hard to resist, because I'm feeling a lot of the energy from the Empress here. So there could be a lot of words that you speak that are, really nurturing, or you could be really, really helpful, or you could just be that person who's just there. I'm just there, She's interesting. She's interesting as well. Let's not put that past her. Yes, she's nurturing, but she's interesting. She's always thinking of ideas, And I mean, I don't want to skip to this, but I'm just really excited to read this part down here. The Seven of Swords and the Hangman and the Sun. You could be hard to resist because there's actually something else going on here, okay? And I'm always surprised by these pick of cards, because it's just interesting what you pick up sometimes. You're hard to resist because I feel like there's people that might want to do things to you, but they're not able to succeed. So this could keep them being attracted to you, okay? And this could be for a few of you out there. So it's funny, with the other piles, I was like, no, we're not reading for enemies right now. We are just reading for, people who cherish you. So yes, you have people who cherish you. It's not like it's just an enemy situation, but I'm saying there's a group of people out there, okay? And I'm not saying that they're a group within each other, but I'm just saying you're also hard to resist, because you might, I don't know why, but like attract people who want to do things to you, but then they're not able to follow through, but it keeps them kind of lingering around you. And don't get scared. I'm not talking about your energy. I'm not saying anybody's going to stalk you or haunt you. I'm just saying with this pile, you're hard to resist for other types of people too, okay? You could be a target, and I don't know why. And don't get scared with that either, please. This is general reading. Everybody's taking these pick a cards a little too seriously. Just try to kind of see what I'm saying here, okay? You might have, I feel like with this pile, as opposed to pile 3, where I felt like pile 3 just kind of was born like that, you might have really, had a lot of nasty people around you, and you've grown into this power, okay? I don't feel like you had this when you were born. Some people are just really born like bossy, okay? And you can't even discipline these kids. It's just the way they are. I feel like it's the way you've grown to become. I feel like you're hard to resist for people from the past as well. So you have a group of people from the past who also are very attracted to you and hard to resist, okay? They don't like what you're doing, with your life. I don't know if it's maybe you're getting a backbone. I don't know if it's like you're finally saying, hell no, this is enough. I don't want anything to do with you. So this is kind of where I'm going with this, okay? Now let's move from that, because I don't want to focus on negativity here. I would rather focus on the positive with this, because that's really what it's meant to be. The people who cherish you, I feel like with this one, this actually is the group of people who actually really love you and love to be around you. And they would be willing to even fight your battles for you. So I don't know what that could be, okay? That could be maybe, you say that someone was mean to you and they're like, who? Let me know who they are. Let me at them, So you're actually even exuding like a protectiveness with your personality. And that's really nice, that's really nice to have in life, I feel like you could totally fight your own battles for yourself, but people feel protective, okay? Maybe they know. Maybe you're expressive with these things. Maybe you've talked about your life, okay? You're hard to resist because And I'm not trying to say feel sorry for, it's just, I want to say they're protective, okay? So people feel very connected to your spirit, the right people who come in, and they're there for a reason. And yes, you're hard to resist and you're irresistible for those purposes, but these could really just be your people, like your people, your tribe, okay? I feel like at this point where we're at right now, when you clicked on this video, like how you are right now, there's also not just protectiveness, you're also respected, because I feel like with the Page of Swords also too, like he's also gonna, like the way he has that sword, it's like, yeah, we can hang out, we can chill, we can, you know, be all the groovy and that, but you know, like don't step out of line. Don't step out of line, please don't. So you're being respected, you're respected, okay? And that's a really good quality to have, you know, when you have that balance of both. It's not just like a strong person who's just like, you know, like I said, like I'm the queen, you know, it's not like that, okay? So this is wonderful to have. Now with the Magician card here, you could be really interesting. So the Jack of all trades, I don't know, maybe people would be shocked to kind of find out you do something. I don't know what that is. Read between the lines. Maybe you, I don't know, read tarot cards. Maybe you can fix decks and you're like, all your office workers are like, what? Like, really? You can build a deck? Like, oh, okay. So there, you're also interesting in that sense. You're hard to resist because you have cool things going on behind the scenes, okay? You're not just like this like boring person who's just like, oh, hey man, like, oh yeah, it's like raining today, eh? Like, yeah, you think it'll hold up, or you think we'll have some sun tomorrow? Like, your conversation is interesting. It's not just like mundane about, you know, I hate small talk, by the way. I really hate small talk. Like, I feel like small talk is the equation of like someone putting their nails on a chalkboard. Like, I can't even do it. That's why I just stay away from people. You know, it's hard to do. I just want to be real, you know, and you want to be real. You're real. And people feel that, and they want to get next to it, you know, because you feel good to them. You really do feel good to them. And whatever you talk about feels good. I feel like you're level-headed, you know, in the sense where even if maybe you're going through something bad, it makes sense. It just makes sense. You know, it's human. Maybe you're, you know, able to talk to people who go through bad days. Maybe you're helping people with some kind of work that you do. Maybe they're not doing well and you just bring the sun out with them, you know? So this is really beautiful. I want to get into what these say here. Let's get into these, cards. So laugh, where the F is your sense of humor. So you could be really funny, and you could be like a person who cures a lot of maybe your own depression or other people's depression through laughter, through humor. That's your kind of thing. And anybody is going to be attracted to someone who makes them laugh. Anybody. I don't care if it's a friendship or like a guy you're interested in. Like, if you can make me laugh, I want to be there. I talk about this all the time. You know, keep it going. So you keep it going, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because you kind of make people forget about like what they're going through by being around you, and that's what attracts them more. So, and not only that, you have the knowledge behind it. Like I said, I feel like there's some stories here. You haven't had the prettiest life, okay? Stop effing whining. No one wants to listen to that SHIT. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. So I want to remove the complaining makes you weak part, and I want to kind of double up on you have the strength to change your world, so do it. So you exude that type of energy to people. You know, like I said, you have the backup story. You're not just, you know, speaking these things and then you have the greatest family life. There could have been some things that have happened to you. You can use examples of your own life. So you teach people that through whatever you're doing. Or you just have this demeanor like, oh, tomorrow will be a brighter day. Oh, that's okay. Someone that, you know, just X me out of their life. No problem, whatever, you know, who cares, you know. Tomorrow's a brighter day. Tomorrow's a brighter day, you know, and that's hard to resist. When you can get a personality like that in your friend group, oh my God, it's beautiful. I mean, you don't want people who are complaining all the time, you know? So look at this, you are perfectly beautiful. So I don't know if there's a few of you out there that are nice and round like this. I mean, honestly, guys, like, I think all women are beautiful, but like when we can get a little extra meat, that is so nice, isn't it? So we have a bunch of women on here of all shapes and sizes. So this could be something personally for a couple of you out there who maybe feel like, you can't get your weight under control. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it matters for health. Like we want to be healthy, but it's like you're exuding so much more than your weight that it's like almost like people don't see it. So yes, do it for yourself, but don't worry about how other people see you because you are perfectly beautiful. Be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. So you're an envelope pusher. Is that the right saying? An envelope pusher? Goodness, guys, if you're new here, you'll get to know me. I stumble with my words all the time, but you're not afraid to push boundaries, okay? You're not afraid to be bold. I feel like the fact that she has yellow lipstick on is symbolic for that in this card, because how many people do we see walking around with yellow lipstick, okay? So you're not afraid to kind of stand out. You're not afraid to kind of maybe like even speak your piece. Some people, they're very reserved with how they feel. You're not. You're okay to share your story. You're okay to kind of like, this is very unique, This pile is very unique, and it's wonderful because everyone's feeling it around you, like the right people, and I feel like even the bad people are feeling it too, and no one can touch you. No one can touch you with what you're doing, okay? So pile 4, this was a beautiful read. Let me know what you thought, and thank you so much for watching.